How is somebody supposed to survive, eat, live, drink, partay off of $34,000? How? Welcome back to my freaking channel. As you can see, your girl been gone for so long. Every time I try to leave, something keep pulling me. Actually, I never tried to leave YouTube. So in this video, you see my journey from having no job to actually gaining 2 jobs. I talk about a lot of public health things like is public health worth it? Is getting your master's in public health a scam? Like the job market out here, my old positions working for the county, manifestation, prayer. So if you're into any of that stuff and if you ever need help finding a job, stay tuned and watch this video and see me work my way into actually getting a good paying job with 2 jobs. So yeah, and I just talk about where I've been and why I have not had a job and stuff like that. So tune in and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Y'all, I look so freaking crazy. But let's get into what we're about to get into. So where have I been? So basically, and I'm looking down because I'm looking for my makeup. So basically, your girl has got 2 jobs now. So I teach in the daytime from 7:15 to 2:45. Then at night, I work in a lounge from either 6 to 12 or 8 to 2 a.m. Then I do it all over again. And you're probably wondering, like, girl, do you sleep? Does that even make sense? No. It doesn't. But it pays the bills. So your girl gotta do what your girl gotta do. So basically, with that even being said, your girl is tired. Tired as hell. Tired as hell. But like I said, it pays the bill. Basically, I've been without a job, and if you've been following me, you know that since October 2020. So yeah, I actually got fired from my last job during the pandemic. Yada yada yada. That story is up on my page somewhere. I'm gonna link it at the top. But yeah, that story is on one of my vlogs and one of my makeup tutorials. Or one of my stuff. It's up there. So you guys can look into that. But basically, I got my master's degree in public health and I have a bachelor's degree of science from Spelman College, the illustrious Spelman College at that. And yeah, I ended up getting this government job because I got my master's in it, and I'm like, okay, that's big money. Psych, that's a no money. So they were starting me off with $34,100. And if you live in Atlanta, you know that ain't that's nothing. How is somebody supposed to survive, eat, live, drink, partay off of $34,000? How? And rent for a decent place is no less than $1,500. So the math ain't math for Avi. So yeah, and during the pandemic, they did not give us hazard pay. They didn't raise our salary because we were actually going into people's houses, working with tuberculosis, working with people who had COVID. They didn't give us any protection, any gloves, barely any masks. They gave us cloth masks, not even N95, which the CD said N95 mask. They didn't give us any jackets, anything. Going into these people's houses, risking our lives for crumbs, y'all. The government is like, I wouldn't say the government, but the county that I was working with, cough, was like really messed up. And I wouldn't, as far as public health, I wouldn't have anybody, I wouldn't recommend it. I would go take my behind to Fulton County. Everything we get paid at the cap for the same position at Fulton, you get paid $10,000 more there. And how do I know that? Because it's all on the internet. And I have a friend who worked in the environmental specialist team there at Fulton County who was getting paid $46,000, I believe, to start off with. while in DeKalb County that position was like 34,000, 32,000, something like that back when I was looking. So that should tell you something there. So if you listening and you have a public health degree and you live in Georgia or Atlanta, take your behind to Cobb or Fulton. Don't mess with DeKalb. Don't mess with DeKalb, because a lot of people that work for DeKalb left and went to Fulton because, I mean, who wants to get paid crumbs? And I think it has something to do with how the county uses their budget and also how much money the county has. So I'm not saying DeKalb County is a poor county, because there's wealthy people that live or reside in DeKalb County that live in nice mansions and nice houses that are in DeKalb County. But the county as itself, when it comes to public health, I guess, or certain jobs in the public health field, we're not number one. So just take that in mind when you do apply for stuff like that. Okay, so I did my eyeshadow and my lashes, but with all of that being said, I'm looking down here because my mirror's right here. But sometimes I'm like, okay, was getting my public health degree, my master's, a scam? Because, baby, that thing ain't paying. Like, taking out a loan every semester was like $30,000. And y'all want to start a bit off at $30,000? No. And in order to go up, people say, okay, well, you can stay down with the company and then, like, you know, move up. But it takes years. And when I say years, because old people are like stubborn, they will keep a position until they're on their deathbed. So it's really hard. And, you know, I don't blame them or whatever. You know, shoot, if I do it too. And a lot of them are not retiring because they can't afford to, because of the pandemic and things of that nature. And some people didn't build a good 401k, just stuff like that. So in order for you to move up, it's gonna be a minute. And when I say a minute, it's like 10 years, and your pay only increases a certain amount, and the amount ain't that big. It's not that big. So like I said, who wants to work for crumbs? What in the world am I looking for? Oh, foundation. So yeah, like basically working for crumbs forever.
You got it, girl, you got it. Yeah. Pretty little thing, you got a bag and now you wildin'. You just took it off the line, no mileage. When they hitting you, the DM looking violent. Talking while you come around and I decided. Do the Cooper 17, no guidance. You be staying low.
And I'm not saying it's not okay to stay down. I just feel like you have to know what to stay down for. And you have to know that it's guaranteed while staying down towards the end. Like, you know, you don't want to stay down for 6 or 7 years and then they pass it to Connor, who's only worked for the company for 2 years. You have to know kind of your environment and kind of know the circumstances and situations. Being black and being a woman, like, we're always seen last. So it depends on what the situation is and if it's even worth staying down. So that's all I would say about that. And also I wanted to say, so I didn't have a job for a whole year. I went into like this depressed mode kind of, and you guys didn't notice it because I was still posting. I was still, you know, I had my moments where I was really happy, really excited. You know, I was still traveling, I was still having a good time, but I turned 26 so this summer. So my life insurance, not life insurance, but you know, my health benefits, I was no longer on my parents. So your girl had to find a job, and your girl just wanted money anyway, because who likes walking around with no money? And so, you know, that kind of messed with me. I started manifesting and I started praying a lot more. And I saw this thing on TikTok where if you said this affirmation every day, it said a job should appear. And Lord behold, a week later it did. Like, well, not actually me getting the job, but actually somebody giving me someone's number in order for me to even get a job and talk to them and stuff like that. So the affirmation is, I don't chase, I attract, and what is for me will always find me. So I said that every single day. And then a week later, my friend called and was like, hey, why don't you contact this person? Like, he could get you a job. And then, Lord behold, like, that person ended up really getting me a job. Because normally when people say, like, oh, so-and-so can, you know, help you get a job, sometimes it be like cap. And I'm not saying the person is capping who's saying that, but the other person on the other end isn't really willing to help and doesn't have like a lot of rank. But luckily everything happened really good in my favor. Like my best friend was able to give me her friend's dad's number, and that's how I got put on now at the job I'm at. I'm currently teaching, and I want to say I love it. I used to like, you know, like, I don't know how people teach. Like, I don't have the patience, but it's like once you're in there, you grow to love it. But needless to say, if you're ever looking for a job and you haven't been getting callbacks, because when I say I was applying to anything under the sun, I had gave up on public health because I'm like, okay, these mofos, like, I'll go to the interview, they would love me, but I won't get a call back or whatever, or they would pretend like they love me or whatever, but I won't hear anything back. And that just kept happening with all the public health jobs. And since I got fired, you know, it's kind of hard for that same company to hire you because we're all employed by the state no matter what county you work for. So it was just hard to get rehired. So I started applying to jobs like marketing positions, child pyramid schemes, CarMax, Coca-Cola. I started applying to everything under the sun, every major big company, Delta, flight attendant, like just stuff like that. And I want to be on flight attendant. I'm scared when I get on the plane. Like, you know, I always travel, but every time I get on the plane, like, you know, it's always that thought, like, what if this crash, you know? So, it's all about manifesting. It's all about staying down. It's all about praying and getting closer to God. Like, I'm glad this, like, happened to me because I felt like I needed to be humbled, if that makes sense. Like, life was pretty much handed to me for the most part. And when I say that, I'm not saying I never had to work because, you know, I got my first job in college, but most kids got their first job in high school. And even with my job in college, I really didn't have to do that. Like, I got it because I wanted a job or whatever. I wanted my own money. I was tired of my parents putting money in my account and stuff like that. So I'm kind of glad this happened to me because going without pay for a whole year, don't do it. I mean, I was getting some form of unemployment, but you know, that only lasts so long. My boyfriend was giving me money. My parents was giving me money. Like, they made sure I stayed up to par. My nails were done. My hair was done. I was still traveling. I had friends to look out for me. Like, when we would go to dinner, get me a drink because they knew I was unemployed and stuff like that. So, shout outs to my boyfriend, my family, my friends, like my sister. Every time we would go out to eat, you know, she always pay anyway because she's big sis or whatever. And that's just always what she's done ever since I was a kid because we're years apart or whatever. But, you know, I have family that really cares for me and a support system that cares and looks out for me and doesn't judge. And, you know, of course they didn't want me to just work anywhere or whatever. So I ended up getting a job working as a teacher, and then I also picked up another job working in a lounge at night. So come check us out. If you follow me on Instagram, then I shout it out all the time. But it's like, I'm glad God took me through this to humble me and to let me know it could all be taken away, because I feel like that was the most valuable lesson I learned out of all of this. And then I also love the way how he gave it all back to me when I needed the most, because I was like, dang, I don't want it to ever go over a year that I don't have a job, because I have been looking for a whole year. And right when a year was about to hit, I got the call back saying that I got the job, or I got the email saying that I got the job teaching. And then my friend put me on at the lounge, and so I got the call about that as well. So I'm just forever grateful. I'm grateful for this experience. I'm grateful that I was taught a lesson. I'm glad that God showed me, like, girl, I can take all this away, and I'm happy. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So for anybody who's thinking about getting a master's degree, I'm just letting y'all know what it is. I ain't sugarcoat anything. And all of my friends, I don't know if I said this already, but all of my friends I graduated in the master's program with, none of them are doing public health. Not one of them, because we, you know, this is the generation where, like, if it ain't paying, we ain't staying. And so that's how a lot of my colleagues felt. Like, they're like, this ain't where it's at. And so they found other jobs. I know my friend is a chef. My other friend, she went and got she's getting her medical degree. My other friend is working with Herbalife and the fitness and all that. Oh, my chipped nail. she's working with that. Like, I got another friend doing something else. Like, all of us said to hell with public health. And I'm not making this video to make you guys say, oh, I don't want to do public health. I'm just letting you know how it is, because I wish somebody would have told me. But like I said, shout out to my support system. Shout out to everybody that has played a role or in some form, whether if it was saying something encouraging or putting me on to a job or paying for a drink when, you know, I wasn't getting any income in. Anybody who has helped me in any way, shape, form, or fashion, like, I thank you. And I also thank God for this opportunity and thanking him for bringing me back into a space where I'm very appreciative. Even if, you know, sometimes we don't like our jobs, but it could be worse. We could not have one. So I thank God for showing me that and showing me that I could be humble at any moment. So yeah, that's all I wanted to share. I wanted to show you guys my journey of finding a job and things of that nature. And so yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your girl is officially back on YouTube. I just had to get my life together because I sleep a lot now because I work 2 jobs. I'm going to my 2nd job now at the lounge, but I had time today to go ahead and film this, so I did, because I missed you guys so much and I love you guys. So yeah, I'm about to go do my hair, and the next time you see me, my hair will be done. Boo boo. Once again, thank you for watching this video. I've done my hair and I finished my makeup. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you made it to the end, thank you. Thank you. If you have any questions about public health, getting a job, manifestation, prayers, anything like that, any questions about unemployment, I'm here to answer. Just message me here or on Instagram or on Twitter, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So thank you for watching, and thank you for being patient with me and staying down to your girl return to YouTube. Bye.